Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. Alright, so we took care of that minecart last video again, and man, that might have been the worst trip I've ever done. That was just, it was 47 minutes from start to finish. Yeah, so it was a slog trying to steal Kazakiri. So there's a couple of formations on the way down to the crane fight. It's up to you on which ones you take. Now, honestly, that first one there with the 4 sergeants, that's not so bad. Basically, that shares the same pack as there's a single sergeant that we will fight during the Imperial Banquet when we talk to the soldiers beforehand. Again, up to you. If you're planning on getting a perfect score for the banquet, then you might as well take the 4 sergeant formation, because again, that pack will either be the 4 sergeants or the single. And for me, I would rather take the 4 or have the 4 as well. That way it's a 50-50 of running into a battle that's going to give us a lot more experience, or a lot more gold on the belt. So that's my take there. Now, that second chaser formation there, when it appears solo, that's the one that you want. Don't take the chaser with the Onion Knights. The reason for that is we've already got the Onion Knight proto armor formation from Magitech Research Facility, so we don't need Onion Knights. And then on top of that, we haven't taken the Trapper formation that was in the hallway leading to the tube rooms. The room basically right after Shiva and Ifrit. And so what we can do instead is take that single chaser that's alone, and then that chaser actually summons trappers into battle. And so when we need that trapper formation, what we'll do is we'll meet it on the Veldt, kill off the chaser, and then the trappers will spawn in, and then boom, you can leap Gao then. So that's the one. Actually, I should say that was the 2 formations that I would take there. Again, the 4 sergeants, and then the single chaser alone. So all right, here comes the cranes. I almost said trains. I've got trains on the mind. I really like trains. Got a thing for them, but not that way though. Don't be weird about it. And not phantom trains. Those ones are not great. Although that one's kind of fun too. All right. So anyways, here's the cranes. Now the crane on the right hand side here has a debilitator. So the first time I went through, I actually did grab that, and that took a long time. I'm not gonna lie. That was, I don't even know. Probably an hour would be my guess, because unfortunately it's the rare steel, and it's common as a high potion. So up to you on whether or not you want to grab that. I'm just trying to think of the fights that it's even useful for. Boy, what are even the boss fights between now that we can use Edgar for? Jeez, is there anything really? I mean, I guess Ultros and Chupon on the way to the floating continent, but oh man, yeah, I don't think that's worth it. There's another debilitator actually when we fight the Imperial Air Force, and I'll definitely be stealing that one instead. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the debilitator, but I just don't think that it's worth the time to steal it right now. In hindsight now, and also it's just there's another better opportunity to get it coming up. The Imperial Air Force is not an easy fight. I'll at least say that, but because we're going to be able to level Gao for it, it's really not a problem. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's going to be my take, is to just not worry about grabbing it right now, and just grab it for the Imperial Air Force. So. Setzer here is mostly dead weight. There's not much that we can do with him here. He's just, he's going to get worked over probably. He's not protected with Reflect. I guess I could have brought Carbuncle in with somebody to throw that on him, but also he doesn't have a whole lot of health, and his gear is kind of crap right now. So I just didn't even bother. Now, one other thing here, the kind of a mistake that I made was not coming into the battle with float up. The one on the right hand side for sure. I don't know if, or sorry, the left, I guess. I don't know if the one on the right hand side will use this ability here where it shakes the deck and it hits you with magnitude 8. But there was nothing I could do about that. So again, other than float, if I would have actually had that up beforehand. So that would have, I'm surprised that I forgot that, but actually I'm not. I do things like that all the time. But luckily, I did rage with the lesser Lapros with Gao, and for one thing, the lesser Lapros uses Fireball, and the crane on the left-hand side is actually weak against fire, but also it gives him the floating status. So I kind of lucked out there. And there he suicides and bounces a spell off of me and pegs him with it. Oh, also, that one on the left there will put up a Magitech barrier, which is Reflect as well, which is another reason why I went with Lesser Lapras there. The Fireball cannot be reflected, so I knew I would still be safe from that, and I wouldn't kill myself. Which is why you don't want to use like Templar, right? Because then Gao will cast on it, and then it'll bounce the spells back onto you. So, all right. So now we can head on over to Zozo, where we will pick Terra back up. Unfortunately, again, this is where Terra gets re-averaged to 6 because she's rejoining us. Somebody had commented on one of my videos there earlier, I think in the day, asking about the level re-averaging, and the kind of funny thing is I just don't. I guess now I suppose maybe because of this version I'm used to it not being the case, right? No, so normally what would happen is any experience that you had gained on some of your characters would get wiped out right now. And I think there was a couple of other points where that happened as well, but that's not the case anymore. It seems like all of the experience that you get is saved. Honestly, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I really don't think it's an issue at all. Actually, I suppose maybe I'm just trying to think of where it would be useful at all. Maybe sort of for the Flame Eater, because again, now the Flame Eater, there's no way to avoid that experience. I'm just trying to think, though, if it's really an issue. And I just actually don't really think it is. For the Flame Eater, we'll need to spread that experience over Strago, Locke, and Terra. I think I ended up beating that battle with everybody alive. And that way, Locke will only gain 1 level, as well as Terra will only gain 1 level, and then Strago won't gain any levels at all because he's got enough of a buffer there. Unfortunately, going from 8 to 9, there's enough of a gap there where he can grab all of that experience from that battle and not level as well. And so then Realm's level won't be affected either. Realm will still join at level 6. So. Anyways, not too big of an issue in my opinion. But all right. Anyway, so we're here in the Esper world, talking or learning, I suppose, about what happened in the past here with or between Modwin and Terra's mother, which is, I think they renamed her Madeline, which again, way better than, I don't know why. I guess I just always thought Madonna sounded kind of cringe, but maybe because of the singer, I don't know. But either way, I think Madeline's better. But all right, yeah. So here they, whatever. She's it's the dialogue is so clunky too. What does she say? Something like, there was nothing for me in the human world, so I left into the storm. I decided to leave it all behind, and when I woke up, I was here. It's pretty cringe, but it is what it is. But all right, so here we've got that's how Terra was made, I guess. The little light beam things and. Jeez. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, kind of interesting at least. So 2 years later, then, so yeah, I guess I don't know. This part is a little bit weird too. Although I suppose maybe it's not as weird as I initially thought. But you know, the fact that the espers here kind of turn on Madeline seems a little weird, right? Like, I mean, she's been here for 2 years and they still don't trust her. But like, of course. I mean, why is that so hard to believe? I mean, you know, usually when someone's a racist, for instance, they're probably racist their whole life, or at least once they develop it. I mean, I suppose it can work in reverse, right? They can kind of understand, eventually learn that that's not a good thing, but not always the case. So I don't know. That's probably not actually as strange as I initially thought. But all right, so here obviously the humans are once again attacking, and here the plan is to have the Elder, who apparently is the only one that can cast this barrier, cast a whatever. They're going to push all the humans out and seal the gate. So of course, yeah, the other world holds nothing for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems a little weird always to me when so she's been here for 2 years, and I mean, I guess there's probably a lot more espers here than what we really see. But I mean, here, is this their house? I mean, I don't know. Are these friends of Modwin's? I don't know. But then to have them, basically suggest that Madeline is the one that led them here. I mean, I don't know. That's it's a little out there. A little hard to believe, but a little clunky. But all right, yeah. Here's Gestalt trying to storm the into the Esper world, and just when the treasures were within my grasp. Okay. Modwin, I'm nothing like them. I know. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, they've been together for at least 2 years, right? I mean, that's as old as Terra is, so I think at least they, they've been actually kind of together. I would assume at least a little bit longer. I mean, what, 2 years and a month or so? No. Actually, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. I mean, unless Terra, gestated within a month. Which, who knows? I don't know the rules. But, all right, so, yeah, obviously everybody, or the Modwin and Madeline get blown out the, out of the cave. And so Gestalt comes across Terra and, discovers, obviously, that she's half Esper, half human. And, and it's all history from there. Yeah, okay, and this is Modwin, or Modwin's Magicite, daughter of an Esper and a human. That's why I have these short bursts. Or I should be okay as long as I only use it in short bursts. Starly knew the secret of the Esper's power back then. Espers in the research facility must have been the ones they grabbed that day, and so this power came at the expense of one of them. The Empire won't get away with this. I'll hit that Emperor with a blitz or two. Heck yeah. Actually, no, he never gets that chance, does he? Sad. The airship's ready to go. All right, yeah. So this is where we at least get a. I mean, we finally get the airship, and unfortunately, we can't really go much. Well, we can't really do that much with it, I guess I should say. We'll head into Jidor, and pick up the Magicite there. So that's got the Golem Magicite as well as Zone Seek. Obviously very important, especially Zone Seek. And you definitely want to get those before we do the cave. The cave to the sealed gate is it's a point of no return, and once you enter there, you're gonna be kind of boned if you don't grab the espers beforehand. But all right, here, like I said, Terra gets average to 6 here. Also, at this point, we can level Shadow. Honestly, I think it's a better idea to wait now that I've done this again and actually level him during the banquet. I think that just makes more sense. We're going to have to, and actually, oh yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's going to be a ways up yet, so we don't really have to worry about it that much, but you could also, and now actually might not be a bad idea to learn some magic with Shadow. We'll kind of need that. I actually end up leveling him, unfortunately, again, because of some of the changes that they've made, with this version. And as of right now, still, who knows? There could be a point in the future where that changes. But as of right now, we need to level Shadow first when we can actually start leveling, which again is going to be a ways in the future. But at some point here, we need to get him from 5 to 6, and also, I mean, there's very well could be a time where you can't leave Shadow in Narshe anymore. But again, we can do that right now, so it's fine that he's still 5. But if there comes a time, right, where Shadow gets fixed in some way, and you're not able to leave him in Narshe like we currently can, then actually we would need to have him leveled prior to the Magitech Research Facility as well, which means that he wouldn't be here at all, and it wouldn't even be an option. But again, as of right now, the way things are, obviously we've still got Shadow at 5. Again, you could probably go run on over to the Veld and teach him some magic. That's probably not a bad idea, because again, he actually is going to be leveling on the floating continent, unfortunately. So, or I should say, he has to be leveled there. And I'll end up taking him to 24. I generally, like everybody except Gao, I take to 24 in the world of balance, because of Crusader related MP max MP issues. I don't level MP, but I know some people like to do that, so I'm going to be I suppose making this guide in with those folks in mind. So all right, we have decided that the best course of action is to talk to the espers. So all right, anyways, that is all the time I've got for this one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.